I say congratulations to him. And one thing that I know is that what is contained in the book, these are life practical lessons that he has lived, because I have known him now for close to a decade. And he's not just a friend of mine, but a mentor too.
I have read this book and it has changed my life. I find a very interesting chapter that talks about knowing your individuality, knowing your talents and gifts, because after all, your talents will put you in rooms you never expected.
And so when I read the book, it told me that actually I determine my own fate by what I feed my mind with.
These books that are authored by Musonda are more than just ink on paper. They are blueprints for standing up after a fall and maps for those chasing a vision that others say is impossible. These are books that you really need to get.
Dare to take the risk. Don't fear failure. Failure will happen anyway. Whether you like it or not, whether you're on top or in the middle, failure will happen. These books that we are launching are books that will help you, and I didn't want to write them in a way that is theoretical.
Sometimes it needs a few words of affirmation in the mirror, but you need to be your number one cheerleader. You need to believe in your dreams before anyone else does.
It does not mean that when you dream, you then achieve what you are dreaming about. But the interesting thing is this: when you dream here, when you fail to achieve that, where you land where people who do not dream will never land.
Wow.
Let me explain.
What a charge.
The absence of fish should not make us stop washing our nets. Even if there is no fish, keep on washing your nets. It is better there is no fish in the sea, but your nets are ready.
When I was starting this, people discouraged me. Do you know Zambians? You're not going to go anywhere with this business. Nkongole ma Zambians, siwadipila. But I took the risk. Started doing it, and today everyone is doing it.
Failure is not an antonym of success, like many writers have suggested. While success is the accomplishment of an intended purpose, failure must not always be seen as an accomplishment of that intended purpose, because failure can be part of the success journey. Because success is not a destination, success is a journey. So when you excel today, it does not signify that you may not have challenges then. But even when you have challenges, you do not become a failure by identity because of encountering one challenge, because you have the capacity, the tenacity, and the sagacity to rise beyond that particular challenge.
I was invited for a book launch. It was a double book launch. So these are books that are authored by Mr. Musonda, and I am so inspired today. We had great speakers.
Very good writer. I had a great time. This was my first time actually attending a book launch, and I really had a wonderful time.
It wasn't just a book launch. We got to learn from people that shared their failures and how they managed to overcome their failures.
There's some mistakes he made, and at least experienced a little bit of failure, but learned and rose again. All these may look to be very successful, but at the end of the day, they have failed in life and they still continue failing, but learning and bouncing back harder.
You can never be careful enough. This is something that I can relate. And one thing I've taken from today's event is that I am the solution.
Thank you so much for mentoring me. Thank you so much for doing what you've actually done in my life.
No man is too strong enough that he will never fall. And no man who is down enough that they can never rise. Remember, you can never be careful enough, because none of us will ever walk out of this life alive. So dare to take the risk and fail, but fail big so that you can win big. Thank you.